So here comes the news. Here comes the stock markets are going to open up here. So we've had news come out, and we're waiting for stocks, and we're waiting for a break of this trend line here. And there was a sell off the structure level here, but now this is the same pivot that we're supposed to have sellers come in, and will they come in, right? This wedge here. If I do a pip for pip comparison of these currencies, here we could scalp with the same script that we would swing trade over here, maybe, right? Intermediate swing trade here. Because if I match the pips, dollar yen, dollar yen has like half the range of the euro yen, pip wise. So here may be scalping for 20 pips up into this void here, right? And that trade's over. Then this guy comes along for another 13 pips. So it's really pip dependent. Your scripts are really pip dependent as far as holding a position. And the targets, right? 10, 20, 30 pip targets. If you hand place a bunch of orders down here really thickly in the 10 pip window from the close to the wick on the 15. Now the 15-minute chart is a lot of work, but it makes more money, right? Less risk. Plus, you can pull the trigger. You can see the stop hunt. You can buy this wick window on the 15. Here is not as expensive. So how much did it cost you to buy this wick window? This is the cost. You have to figure out what it would cost you. Here, you could start about here and put in a 10 pip stop and survive that. This, I think you maybe have to go with an 18 pip stop to survive. Well, that's about a 10 pip window there. So it's a premium stop hunt. Now, can this floor hold? Are we going to engulf the whole day now? I think we're going to engulf the whole day. So this is the engulf that this is the engulf I've been waiting for. But since we went down to lower levels here, I had to buy more. So I bought more at the bottom, and now I'm looking for a bigger engulf. So this is the martingale theory of life, right? You see an opportunity and you go, oh, okay, it looks like it's going to take longer, and there's going to have to be more people on the wrong side of that trade. So the market has to go deeper, but that doesn't change your view of the bigger picture. It just means that it's not done pulling back, because you only buying pullbacks against a price pulse. Even if it's selling above you without regard to anything, it needs to be a depth, like a diversified depth above or below you, in some kind of diversified risk thing, or you're going to babysit this 15-minute chart and trade. Right, you just make the you say, okay, well, I can see there's a pocket to make 30 pips, so that can make $300 here, right? If you trade a standard lot, you put 10 drops in here, hand place 10 drops, right? So nobody wants to do it, right? Nobody wants to work that hard. So the EA thing, just forget about it, man. Just forget about EAs. The best thing about an EA is run it, watch it trade, and say to yourself, yeah, I trade better than that. So that's the point of an EA, to watch it trade. I didn't know that's where all the money is made in EAs, is realizing that it trades like shit. So then you can out-trade it, right? You're like, dude, come on. Dealing with an EA here. It's like hiring some... you have to have that dumb person working at your office so everybody feels like, why is he here? Don't you feel genius with this guy in the room? But the thing is that you never can judge a book by its cover. Some people aren't saying anything because they've just heard it all and they're just bored to death. Other people, there's a belonging and there's an outsider. So there's you want to belong to the crowd, ride the trend, or do you want to be trading reversals? Or trading where the hole is, the flaw is. You're trading the flaw, I suppose, or the trap trade. And we could be getting trapped here on this breakout of this trend line. So sellers are coming in here, by the way. Slightly, right? Now, as the thing starts to lose its dynamic range here, then it gets really like, uh-oh, you know what? In a wedge like this, the void gets larger on top and on the bottom because it's actually going sideways. So there's a voids, right? It's trying to fill a void. And which pool or which void do you think it's going to spill into is going to be you're going to be cashing out into that void, most likely best case scenario, right? And maybe you're selling into the void, coming back the other way in that sea of voidness. So there's a void up here, and then there's a void here. Right? So all the way to this, once you take out these treetops, but the first bank is here, right? So everything's bearish. The trend's down. It's blue. The cloud says sell. First break of the cloud here. This is not broken the cloud yet, but this is like I said, with the same button presses, still risking $2, right, on another currency. So you have, in your mind's eye, well, this is going to be a scalp for that same thing here. Is going to be a swing, scalp swing, same script. 25 pips stop here. I launched that same script here. When I launched it, I know that, well, I could have hit 2 buttons down here because I could have hit it twice here and only once here because I'm so close to getting stopped out with 25 pips on this thing. Well, I'd say 15 pip stops, right? So how tight a stop are you running is based on the terrain that you're currently in. Now, this may explode up like 20, 30 pips or 40 pips, 60 pips. Are you in with a ticket that gets out up there just in case? So say you've got you're holding 50K. Is 20K donated to psychotic 50 pip exits? Well, I guess it should be if you want to just scalp and then let it float, and then maybe it does hit that thing by the end of the day. Some amazing, engulfs and drifts up, and finally at the end of the day, it's up at that fucking target, right? Or you're trading so heavy for a 50 pip burst because you wrote the script like that, and you're looking at the setup and you're like, this thing could pop like 30 pips, right? 30 zones. You could call them zones. But right here is where the top is. There's stops up here. So a lot of people will be selling here for a kickback, like a rebate. Look at them. Look at this thing just marching into that trend line on close. So now we have our first cloud just turned buy cloud here. Now we're violating the sell cloud here. And this is breaking a trend line also, right? Hard trend line just broke. This one not to break yet. So this one's ahead. So if you're looking at the yen, we expect, well, maybe the euro is going to get clobbered by the yen, but if the 15-minute dollar yen takes off and he's swinging out of it and we're scalping out of this, and sellers just came in there, see at the top, right on that little rooftop right there, a vicious pullback off of that. Now this is supposed to be where the sellers are going to come in. This is where the sellers came in earlier with the cloud all the way to, see this target, right? So you really, now here you've got maybe buy limits sitting down here, which I do, right? So you have a pack down here that cashes out up into here and up into here, right? So you're thinking ahead of the market. And you could do it from a buy-only standpoint. You could just look for, but you have to be aware of these damn pips, because this is 10 pips, this is 20, this is 30. It makes a big difference because this is 30 pips here, and this is 30 pips. This thing's living inside of 30 pips. This thing swings inside of 30 pips. So it's two different worlds. Look at this thing, 10 pips sideways now. This is 10 pips roaring up. This is 10 pips low range. This is 10 pips just cashed out of somebody just cashed out of something. And sellers just came in here. So blow by blow. You know, watch two currencies. Actually, this is as close as you get to two currencies because you have the yen in common. So you're looking at a one direction here view. But you can see the dollar is stronger against the yen than maybe the euro, but there's a yin and yang there, and there should be a flow, right? This guy looks like he's done taking a ride. We'll dump out of that and we'll leg in and out. Now you could be hedging like that. So you could take out profits per instrument, or you're overall in one direction against the yen, and you're using these two guys to hedge your entry. It's a big hard pullback here on the euro. Maybe you're buying this pullback here on the 15. After 15 minutes, you buy the pullback. Still waiting for stocks to open. Or maybe you're in already. You don't want to add anything to it because if you add to it, you might just blow up the account, right? Maybe you have to wait for this to cash out. Target for this would be, sellers are going to start coming in here, right? And see, maybe got buy limits here for another retest, right? And beyond. So this is the big and beyond pocket playing the what if it comes and dips in here, you have a trade plan that cashes out to here, right? So big, massive buy limits here. Or you're buying that at the market as it tanks down, right? One or the other, right? You pick. So big run up here and big disparity between the two right now, right? So maybe we buy here, right? Buy here on the this guy, right? Because he's pulling back. He's going for new lows. So we'll buy new lows on the euro because it's on sale. And we'll let the dollar cash out. So we'll run a hedge here. Okay, I guess they're not letting me buy here. They locked me out. So our buy limits are getting filled here, right? And we've cashed out of something here. See here's the seller's window. And here we're buying in the buyer's window. So we could cash out all our winners here or let that go and leg in against it. Right? Okay, let's see if they let me buy at the market here. Everything's all squirrely. Big freak out here. Stock's going to open in under 15 minutes, so big freak out. But yeah, this guy's cashing out, right? Or this guy's in for the swing, and this one's going to be your scalping currency now. So you get some kind of hedge going. Okay, so we're going to buy this euro yen right here. And we got buy limits sitting here. I just hand placed them right down at the 10-yard lines. So if it spikes down, we can ride this to profits and get into this in a contrarian buy new low situation. So they go their separate ways here. Put a hedge on. So as that drops, hopefully we're getting filled on our limits here. The broker couldn't handle that data coming in. Big psycho swings here. Sellers are going to come into that dollar yen, right? Now, are they going to move in concert? This is the question. Look at this. Never broke that trend line. So this was the seller's window once again. Proved to be the seller's window. So hard to believe, isn't it? Watching that thing walk up into that. Look at him smash this down 40 pips. So we're going to buy into that. And we also have limits down there. Okay, so we're going to cash out of that. And we're going to buy the euro to the yen. Okay. I'm just going to buy a ton of this euro here. They didn't fill me enough on my limits. And, okay, I just maxed out. No, it's just a bad here. I'm allowed to buy like $400 of margin here. If I don't have enough pendings, they're only allowing me so many orders here, so I'm going to just keep buying this as long as we're trapped below this price. So you get it cashed out of this one and load it up here. See, run to the one that's Best Buy, the cheapest thing on the block. So as long as they're trapped here, and stocks still haven't opened. So $1, I would put a buy limits here to buy this if it comes back to here. All right, so come in, fair value here. Here you're buying at the market, plus you're long on limits from getting crushed down in there. So you go whichever way the wind blows here, you know. Got to be a pragmatist on these trades. So whichever way the best opportunity flows, I suppose. Certainly going to risk more pips here. Euro yen, you're going to have to run the wide stops. It's pretty hungry for pips there. 50 pips slammed right there. Right. 30 pips slam right there. 40 pips to the wick. But that's that matters, right? So 28.70 looks pretty easy. So we're going to go up to 130. Right? Put a target at 130 here for the swing trade. Euro yen. Go 150 pips for a swing trade, a 50 pip target. So, or are you just going to scalp this thing, right? So that would depend how big you're in for this thing. Okay, looks like they could take it down again. I still got limits down here, though. So we can still get filled. We get double filled. Pick up more drama here. We still got 6 minutes before stocks open, so you can still keep smacking down here. Go deeper. Take a deep cut in there. Just as the bottom of the hour comes in. 15-minute trend line holding there. Now you're starting to run out of momentum to the bottom of the channel. Right, you're not making you're at the middle of the right here. See it banging off the clothesline there. Okay, now they've trapped the bears, and we're looking for a pullback here to buy more of this at a retest here, say, right? So this, imagine we're flat. I don't know if I took profits on that. Here, let me see. I don't have a close all profits on that one. Okay. We'll just let it go. It's slightly long. It'll be fine. We'll buy on pullbacks. We'll load up on pullbacks there. We get a rhythm going between these two currencies. Okay, this looks like they got a nice trap going here. So we figure now they could take it through that trend line. As stocks come on board, and then this is Wednesday too, so it's really stop hunt Wednesday. It's usually Wednesday is going to be the swing high or swing low of a currency, typically. It's not for certain, roll. just that taxes and divorce, the only thing that are for certain, right? But so we're just going to hang in here through the drama, through the news here. I mean, through the stock open. 5 minutes till stocks. Breakout pullback here, and I bought this down here. Stocks have been open for 3 minutes. There we go. 5 minutes it's been open, and we're coming right up on this, and this guy's off to the races. So you could do a hedge-o-matic here, real easy. And that's it. That's my structured cloud trading system. That's how it works. We just wait for the stuff to happen. Put the buy fresh lows here just because it's low, and then we're waiting for this to break out. Is it a breakout or is it a fake out? And we got, I think, some more news coming out top of the hour, and that's about it. Looks like the yen has had it. The dollar's kicking the yen's ass, and here comes the euro. They're going to fall like dominoes. It's just how it is. I didn't make up the rules. I just trade it.